design podcast by two guys who know nothing about comedy nor game design. I'm Travis Scott, and with me, as always, is Ben Slinger.
I feel like I'm doing a podcast with Christopher Walken or something.
No, just putting I thought I'd do it a little bit differently.
In the intro to the podcast. That was terrible Walken.
And I'll cut most of those out. No,
I'll
leave them in.
Then it won't make sense. You won't get my wonderful Walken impression. Hi. Let's. What are we doing, Trevor? What are we doing this week?
I think we're just gonna stick with our good old faithful fucked up click pitch.
Is that what we called it? Sure.
I know. It's like we used to have ramped up and now it's fucked up.
Yeah.
Like,
that's fair.
You never know what sort of words are going to come. They are so dangerous that we cannot throw them at each other anymore. It could
Spiky
rip
words.
a hole in all of space-time. They are that sharp. So we're going to get one at a time, 2 words, an adjective and a noun, or an adjective.
Who knows?
Set of words and
sometimes it's a weird little phrase. Something, yeah. Unpredictable.
Very unpredictable. Kind of fucked up, which is why it's called fucked up click pitch. And yeah, then we're going to throw them at the other person very gently.
Just underhand toss them at the other person.
Kind of a softball
who's
toss,
wearing protective gear.
Yes. And then we're going to get our bomb disposal robots out, and we'll
see what sort of game explodes
dismantle the game
safely out of these fucked up words.
Yes. So Ben,
you want to get some words?
Some pitches.
All right. I have guarded tuff, but not TAUGH. TUFF.
What about TOUGH?
Isn't that what I said?
No, I thought you said TA.
No, I said TATO. Oh, maybe I did say TA. TAUGH. TO.
Tough.
TO. It's a Boston, someone from Boston saying it. Tough. Or I don't know. No, TUFF, which is apparently hard volcanic rock composed of compacted volcanic ash.
Ooh, I do like it. Oh, I'm picturing this guardian who's always guarding this volcano.
Ooh, are they made out of tuff? They're a tough guardian.
Yes. It's kind of like a golem.
Yeah.
Who has been created to guard this volcano is made out of the volcanic rock.
Okay, so what is there to guard there? Is this like an evil villain's
I think
or some sort of god? I
think this is some sort of mystical place.
Okay.
If a certain ceremony happens here, shit goes down and it's world-ending sort of levels of stuff.
Okay, so it's like sacrificing to the volcano god of some sort.
Yeah.
And this guardian's preventing that from happening.
Yeah, I think you play the maybe you play the guardian.
You play the guardian, and it's like Papers, Please. You have to. People are coming to visit the volcano god, and you have to check their credentials
and see if they're going to try and steal the ancient stone that if it's stolen and stays away from here for too long.
Yeah, we'll set off the end of the world.
See, I can see it working that way as like a Papers, Please. That could be kind of fun, of just people coming and
maybe not quite as like hard line a rip. Like I don't think you're sitting there and they give you papers but it could be a bit of people come on a boat and there's a sort of an area where there's like a little village or something before they come to you. To try to get up there, they mingle, they whatever, and you can see stuff, or you can get to know them a bit. You're like, okay, who am I watching? Who looks suspicious?
It's kind of Spy Party like.
Yeah.
But of course, you can't really do anything till they come close to you. But you've got to squish the ones that are going to cause the trouble.
So maybe first you block, and then yes, when it's clear that they are here to anger the volcano god, squish away.
Yeah, you got two verbs. You got block and squish.
Well, you must let some through, because I think because the volcano god wants people to come and worship them, right? So it's about figuring out who's there to worship, who's there to potentially cause trouble or that sort of thing. So, but that could be cool, because it's like, true worshippers do this before eating a meal or something. Or, like, like Papers, Please, you start adding in these rules as you go, or discovering certain rules. And it's
over time. Like, we're talking, like, centuries.
Oh, even, yeah. Then you've got people coming in different, like, eras, looking differently, but you've got certain rules that, yes, the volcano god every 25 years or whatever gives you a new rule.
Yeah. And the 25 years is like, that's like, I like the idea of, you see all these people coming and all this sort of stuff, and it's sort of like over this time that.
Or it's something that every quarter century is when there's a pilgrimage made to this place or something. And you have lived for so long that, a year is nothing to you. Like, it's like what a day would be to us. Yeah.
It's just, I got through another day. Like, I got through another year. Like,
yeah, for sure.
You've forgotten more things than you remember.
Yeah, well, I think you potentially even just jump to the next pilgrimage sort of thing. And maybe you have some in between where it's like, you were awoken early from your slumber or from your guarding because some people showed up outside of the normal time. It's like, well, I definitely can't let them through. But there's some sort of they try to convince you that they had a message from the volcano god. They saw it in the ash from whatever, right? Like,
yeah.
You can have some fun story stuff.
I do like the idea of the reason why you can see stuff that's actually happening down in the harbor and seeing down there is because there's other tuff around, and you can basically sense things from within there. You can basically move your eyes down into.
Or even because it's a volcano god, like any fire within a radius or something. Like you could do something cool like that. So it's like, you can just pop down to the campfire that they're all sitting around and look around in a circle and see the different people. Or then you can go into the kitchen stove. You can fireplace in each bed, in each room, or different things.
Someone lights a cigarette and and you can now just see out of the cigarette.
Totally.
Like, because it's ash.
Yeah.
Like, that's really cool. I really like that.
Yeah, that's fun. That's fun. All right, Trevor, click me some pitches.
I'm trying to. Okay. Foursquare. Z.
Z? Z-E-D? Z-E-D?
Z-Z-E-D. Z.
Z-E-D, Z. And Foursquare, as in the game? Yes. Like a downballish sort of thing?
Foursquare is also with firmness and conviction without compromise.
Really? Okay.
Also, geometry, a plane rectangle with 4 equal sides, 4 right angles, and 4-sided regular polygon, which is just a square. But it's we are saying adverb here, and I said adjective.
Oh, I see, like a Foursquare, like it's okay.
Characterized by firm and unwavering conviction. Adjective. Yep.
Okay, so someone who's Foursquare, they have conviction. It is also, yes, the game of essentially downball-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Z, okay.
Is the 26th letter of the Roman alphabet.
Right. Okay.
As I said, it's a little bit fucked up.
I mean, this is the thing. This is where we get different combinations from this new generator, so it's good. It mixes things up a bit. So do we use Z? Do we have a character named Zed? And they're the 26th in their law in there.
Do we have 2 brothers? Z and Z.
Z and Z, yeah. Okay.
Z and Z.
I like that. And the conviction is around, they are up against they are competitive with each other. They're fighting for, I don't know, supremacy of the down ball court.
You want to bring it back to down.
I mean, I'm
okay.
just trying to. We've got
if we're going to do that, it's got to be VR.
VR down ball.
I mean, because then you can actually, you reaching down and hitting a ball is worthwhile. Like,
could we take the mechanics of down ball and make it into a larger thing where, like, to travel across through this world, to proceed, you have to beat enemies at down
Pokemon
ball
style, like in the gyms and all that sort of stuff, and
or just like that's what your combat is.
You got different balls that you can actually use. Whoever's the challenger gets to choose the type of
ball like
that is being used, or the type of court.
Yep. And then you might have different rules, right? Whether you allow on the full into their square, what the rules are for double bouncing or around the back, or how hard you can hit someone with the ball. I was never good at down ball in school.
I was okay. I would never stay at the top for very long, but I was kind of okay. I do like the idea that, kind of like Pokemon, Z and Z get, gifted these balls at the very start.
Yeah.
And they become instant rivals against each other, and they play a game, and that's what sort of starts it off. And then as you're traveling, you can get different obstacles that you can put into your part of the court to try and make it so that you're protected from different sides. And
right, yeah, okay, that's cool. Auto hitters that hit the ball back if it comes in that range of where they are. Maybe take it on a larger scale, and it's not just like one-on-one down ball. It's like your kingdom. Kingdom is your square, and you're launching balls to the other side, but it has to follow the rules of engagement, which are the down ball rules.
It lands in yours first because you
must always fire and bounce from your own side. Sacrificing your own peasants.
This massive fucking boulder.
Yeah. That's it.
But it's made of rubber.
It's it has to bounce.
It's skimmed. There was our scientists measured and they could only see 1 micron of space in between. Yes, but it bounced. There was 1 micron.
Oh my God, that's funny.
That's really funny. Okay, I think we can leave that one there. But
we don't need to go beyond that. All right. Oh, this kind of go together. Non-cyclical lunisolar calendar. Now, a lunisolar calendar is a calendar based on both lunar and solar cycles.
Okay.
And then obviously non-cyclical just means.
So, I mean, we all know that the lunar calendar is what, 28 days?
Days, I guess. And then
the solar calendar is
being,
366, whatever. 365, whatever. But it's non-cyclical.
Yeah, so is this about, maybe like, in the way that pi doesn't repeat, is it that a calendar that essentially doesn't repeat, like it goes on forever based on the very specific different positions of the sun and the moon in the sky, and it's so specific that maybe it's based on their rotations and
of course, because like as you're going through, they are probably the new moon isn't going to happen on the first day of the year, whatever,
however you break up the solar calendar. Yeah,
it's going to get weird. So that in this world, you don't track like days or even really.
I think
years.
you're
tracking days from the history.
Yeah, so like historically, you could say, well, this happened on
12 moons ago.
Yeah, new moon 5 of year. Like you might still have a year. Or whatever, however you do the solar, autumn new moon 5 or whatever, but you can't then you're not. There's not the cyclical nature of it. You're not. It's not going to be.
You're
the
not tracking
same.
birthdays. You're not tracking.
Yeah.
Everything just moves forward. So it's that is interesting. It's you can look forward to things, and it's
you can still say, like you said, yes, in three moons time, or you can do it in 3 years. You can still say years, I guess. But breaking that up in between, then almost
in 3 solar rotations and 5 moons, we're going to Beetlejuice.
And by that we mean the star, which also factors into our calendar.
Exactly. Not the fact that we're going to Beetlejuice tomorrow.
No. The musical.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, there could be an interesting deduction sort of thing then, or something around, because I've been playing, as I said off air, the DLC for Rise of the Golden Idol, so I've got that in mind a bit, but figuring out the history and how this calendar works, and then what that means for particular historical documents or different things, records, to piece together a story and figure out things that happened. Could be interesting. I like the idea of having a bit of a revelation that, oh, wait, these documents are referring to the future and these ones are referring to the past, because now I've figured out, oh, today is this, and, have those little aha moments. And maybe then, the game is probably not all based around just figuring out this calendar. It's like one aspect of deduction.
I like this almost like I'm thinking almost like a quantum leap. Like,
okay, yeah,
you've kind of leapt into this character.
Yep.
And everyone else around you knows what's going on. You now need to work out, like, as part of this, and you could then go, once you work all this out, and you move into the next thing, and the next game can be about whatever, the next puzzle can be about the next thing that is different.
But often, I like the idea of, you come to the new place, it's like, what's the moon looking like? What's the season? How does that line up then for other things that have been referenced potentially in the past? It's like,
what if, and this is just an idea, that in the future, at some time, there's going to be a massive, lunar or solar event that is going to result in the destruction of this place, and you have to try and work out, like, if you have the stuff to stop this, but you now need to work out, because it's not in a cyclical nature or anything like that, you need to know the exact how many rotations it's been, how many how many solar rotations, how many moons, because on this particular date you can do something to stop.
That's it. I think it does.
This major thing happening.
I mean, maybe you complicate it even more. Then maybe this isn't on Earth. Maybe this is like that. Maybe they have 2 moons or something, right? And so they're potentially in different. But I guess they wouldn't be necessarily different phases because the sun's coming from the same side. But maybe like Earth's shadow, like the planet's shadow on different ones at different times, or that affects things because of just how this particular orbit works. Maybe they're in a particularly flat orbit, so every X whatever, one or both of the moons is in eclipse from the planet at certain time. Like you could have some.
Yeah.
You can make it up essentially. Like you could make it be a bit more interesting and have these very specific things that make it more difficult to figure out. Yeah,
and somehow in this place, they can actually work out exactly where things are going to be, even though you've got like a 3-body problem right here, like the 2 moons going around.
I mean, I think the 3-body problem. Yes, I mean, as long as I think both moons are still just orbiting the planet, you're probably okay.
Yeah,
I think the 3-body problem is really when they're all of similar mass and affecting each other, right, or something. Or yeah, I don't remember it exactly.
It seems to be it seems to be like two suns and the Earth not knowing what the fuck will actually go on,
right?
Even though we know what goes on because we can see a binary star system, and it's actually a thing that happens all the time.
Yes, it is. But yeah, I think in this case, because it's the larger, because it's the smallest mass things that there's more than one of, it maybe has a bit of a different, not quite as complicated. But yeah, I mean, that complication adds to it then, right? That's what kind of makes it interesting to figure that out.
Oh, at a certain time, the whole planet's going to be ripped apart by tidal forces if the moons get
into a particular configuration or something, yeah.
A particular configuration, and that's only going to happen, this many solar rotations in this many moons. Yeah. Cool. My words are touchable, slouch.
Slouch. Ooh.
Yeah.
Touchable, slouch. So we have some sort of haptic peripheral.
I know. I kind of like the idea of, going with one of the other definitions of slouch. Potentially going with, to walk slovenly. So it's sort of like that, rather than it being, an incompetent person or something like that. Going more
the actual sort of physical attribute of slouching as you walk kind of thing. Okay. Yeah, I wonder if there's some sort of interesting physics-based thing we can do, or something around walking styles.
I mean, recently I saw they announced that they're finally bringing out Stephen King's The Long Walk.
Okay, The Long Slouch.
Well, I like the idea of this is like a gamified version of that sort of thing, and this is for those who haven't seen. Walk?
Because I realized I was thinking of The Jaunt, which is very different.
It is very different. The Jaunt is very different. Do not stay awake when
going through wormholes or whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah, when traveling from Earth to Mars in the blink of an eye, because you will have experienced
billions of years or something.
Yeah, it's an unfathomably long time. The Long Walk is where every year a group of youths are taken and they all walk.
Yeah,
until there's one left.
Okay,
and
I don't think is that a short story. One of his short stories? Yeah, I don't think I've read that one for a long time.
Mark Hamill's going to be in it as the major or the general, who is basically, the bad guy who is watching over all the young
to make sure they can basically continue walking.
Yeah, and if they don't, they get shot and killed.
Yeah,
it is horrible stuff. But it's I'd like to see something about, a co-op style game doing that, a competitive co-op.
Yeah, or just so yes, I think a co-op style game.
Baby Steps is coming in, and I can't wait for that.
That looks cool.
Release.
But yes, something where it's about, okay, at all costs you must keep up some level of speed. It's not necessarily a massive amount of speed, but if you fall over or you slow down too much, you've maybe got a few warnings, but then you're done. And so having to navigate different types of terrain, but with very manual control over your legs and potentially body could be kind of fun. It feels like a bit of a rage game almost as well. Okay, how far can you get? And you just have to have perfect coordination and really nail the mechanics to finish this, to get to the end.
And look, you are going to be completely fucked the first few times that you play this, because it's also it's competitive. Like, you're going up against other people. Yeah.
Okay. Real time. Sure. Okay. So can they like push you over and shit? Like, is there?
You can be pushed over, but you can also grab onto them and pull them down with you. So,
it's almost like Gang Beast style gameplay, but you have to keep going in a direction.
Yeah. Otherwise, whether you need a general or whether you just need like that continuous movement of like the encroaching storm sort of thing from forward. Right. Like, and if you get hit by the laser behind, you're kind of fucked. And the idea is that you're trying to go as fast as you can. And
well, there you go. You merge it with the previous game. It's the second sunrise. It's like when both suns are up, if you are caught in that sunrise, you are burned to a crisp.
Especially because there's a massive lens that just focuses in.
Yeah. There's a natural lensing effect in the atmosphere for some reason.
Do you want to go one more?
Yeah, let's go one more.
We've had some weird ones tonight. It has been some weird ones.
Randomized Azadirach, I guess, which is a type of apparently a tree of northern India and China having purple blossoms and small inedible yellow fruits. Naturalized in the southern United States as a shade tree.
Ooh. I mean, cozy game.
Yeah.
I'm always getting a feeling of like a random garden where.
Could this be almost just coming from the shade tree point of view? Is it around like cutting specific branches off to get areas in and out of shade or something? Almost in a very bonsai like specific manner of, okay, trim this branch. This little section of the garden is now has sunlight. What are you thinking? You're giggling about something.
I'm thinking that it's been corporatized. Like, corporations got in on this, and they want their branding in there. So
having to cut like Nike swooshes into these fucking trees.
Like, if you really want this garden to go well, you've got to get some corporate sponsors in there, and therefore,
What could be interesting? So you know those illusions where you'll have a three-dimensional shape that when you look at it, it doesn't look like anything, but obviously when you shine light on it from a certain direction, the shadow, they all add up to So maybe this is kind of a simulation of that. It's a very specific tree leaves simulation, lighting simulation, where you are trying to create patterns, but in the shadows.
And certain times are more popular for the corporations to purchase. So you get to this time, and
if you're
it's
trying
like
to sell them McDonald's
Coke.
breakfast, then you don't want to do it after 10:30.
Exactly. There's something about like
it's like when the street lights come on, and then the light they're lit in the other direction from where the sun was, and it's
that's when all the adult ones come out to play.
Girls. Club X. I mean, that would be basically impossible to actually do, but I love the idea of it. I wonder what it would take to algorithmically, like you say, here's the shadow I want from this angle, generate me the tree that will create that shadow. Like, that's a difficult problem, particularly if you still want that tree to seem fairly random. And then if you're doubling it up, and then at this other time, also create this image. I feel like there's a PhD there.
Okay. I just clicked again, and I've got the idea for the stupidest game.
All right. Good finishing up that one then. Give it to me.
So, in this game, you are playing a like a newspaper editor.
Okay, you're not going to tell me the words yet?
No. Who has been turned into a worm, and you're just having to like wriggle yourself around on like your keyboard and like
type things
to type things, because the words that I got was wriggling typewriting.
Okay. Well, instead of the editor, can they just be a reporter? Because I love the idea of a worm with one of those old-fashioned press hats with the press card.
Yep.
And then typing.
And of course, you've got to get the copy out. Like,
yeah,
you've been turned into a worm, but that still doesn't mean that your deadline isn't there. It's like,
can you like cut yourself in two so you can type, two-handed essentially? Home keys, get back on the home keys.
I'm thinking like you're not actually hitting any particular letters, and you're not trying to do that. You're basically, doing some sort of arcadey, like, trying to collect, certain things on the keyboard, and that itself is doing the typing for you.
Right. So you're not aiming for the A. You there's something that appears above a letter that you then have to jump to, or swing to, or whatever.
And of course, depending on how hard you're going and how fast, if you're getting a rhythm, then you're getting your points sort of adding up. But it's also the speed of it keeps on going up and up and up and up and up. And if you hit the wrong letter, you've got to now, take a breath, hit the backspace key, and then you can continue on. So the idea of being jumping across and doing something with, some sort of snake pass sort of feel. There's something about that feels like it could be fun.
Yeah. And your name is Wormy Olsen. I was trying to think of a fucking Superman, because I was picturing like
Wormy
the Daily
Olsen.
Planet kind of thing.
Yeah, like, I love it.
Does Lois Lane have a worm pun? I couldn't fucking get anything. All right, Wormy Olsen was my best one. All right, well, I think we'll end our episode there. If you want to find our previous episodes online, go to podchaser.com/bitstorm or bitstormcast.com or anywhere else that you get fine podcasts like Spotify or your Pocket Casts or any of your apps and stuff. Apple Podcasts is one of them, I guess. Yeah. Check them out.
If you like the song that we play at the start and end of each episode, that song is called Mount Defiance off of the album Containment Failure by the band Kuradust. We used to be part of that band, so that's why we got it for free. Now you can get that song for free if you go to kuradust.bandcamp.com and download it.
That's right.
And the whole album and anything else that we did. Like
some other live stuff and whatever. Back in the day. Good old days.
Good old days.
So, thank you again for joining us this week on Bitstorm. I'm Ben Slinger.
I'm Wormy Trevor.
And we're not young anymore.
No, I'm Trevor Scott. We're not young.
We are old.
Old man. I've got a grey beard.
Mine's getting greyer by the day.